The freedom inherent in Wiccan practice, especially in its eclectic forms, carries a significant responsibility. While the Wiccan Rede, "And it harm none, do what ye will," acts as a guiding principle, its application requires careful consideration and a deep understanding of intent and consequence. Spellcasting, a powerful tool in the Wiccan arsenal, is particularly vulnerable to misuse if not approached with utmost ethical awareness. The Threefold Law, the principle that energy returns threefold, isn't merely a whimsical notion. It's a pragmatic warning about the reverberations of our actions, both magical and mundane. A carelessly cast spell, imbued with even seemingly benign intentions, can have unforeseen and potentially harmful repercussions. Consider, for example, a spell intended to improve one's financial situation. The desire for prosperity is perfectly understandable, even commendable. However, a spell crafted with greed or a desire to accumulate wealth at the expense of others is ethically problematic. Such a spell could manifest in ways unintended and potentially damaging, perhaps leading to unexpected losses for others, or creating imbalances in your own life through unethical means. The universe, in its mysterious ways, might interpret the desire for wealth not as a request for abundance, but as a craving for power, returning threefold, not the desired riches, but the bitterness of avarice, or a crushing weight of responsibility. The ethical dimension of spellcasting extends beyond the direct intent. We must contemplate the potential ripple effects, the unseen consequences that may arise from our magical actions. A love spell, seemingly harmless in its aim, could inadvertently interfere with the free will of another, leading to a codependent relationship or a situation fraught with unhappiness. Similarly, a spell intended to heal a physical ailment might subtly shift the energy elsewhere, impacting the health of someone unintentionally involved. This doesn't mean we should refrain from spellcasting. Instead, it underscores the necessity of careful consideration and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. Before embarking on any spell work, a thorough contemplation of your intent is paramount. Ask yourself, what is my true motivation? Am I acting from a place of love, compassion, and genuine need? Or are there underlying desires that could lead to unintended harm? Journaling can be an invaluable tool in this process, allowing you to dissect your intentions and uncover any hidden motivations. Explore the emotional landscape surrounding your desire. Are you driven by fear, anger, or a sense of lack? Addressing these underlying emotional issues is crucial, as unresolved emotional baggage can easily taint the energy of your spell, distorting its outcome and potentially creating unforeseen consequences. The preparation phase extends beyond introspection. Research thoroughly the specific spell you plan to cast. Understand its traditional uses, its potential outcomes, and the potential for unintended consequences. Familiarize yourself with the herbs, crystals, and other tools employed, understanding their inherent energies and potential interactions. A deep understanding of these elements will allow you to refine your spell, minimizing the risk of unintended results and maximizing the likelihood of a positive outcome. Remember, a well-prepared spell is a powerful spell, but it's a responsibility that demands care and consideration. The environment in which you perform your spell work is also a crucial factor. A calm, clean, and dedicated space will aid in focusing your intent and minimizing distractions. This space, cleansed and consecrated, fosters an atmosphere conducive to mindful spellcasting. Ensure the space is free from negative energies or distractions. The atmosphere should reflect your intent. It should be peaceful and conducive to the kind of energy you wish to create and manifest. Clear your mind and focus your energy on your intention, creating a space of harmony and balance where your magic can flourish. Visualization is a powerful tool in ethical spellcasting. Before you even begin the ritual, take time to visualize the desired outcome, focusing on the positive changes you hope to manifest. But equally important is visualizing the potential unintended consequences, assessing the potential fallout. This mental exercise allows you to anticipate potential problems and adjust your approach accordingly, refining your intent and minimizing the risks involved. It's a form of energetic foresight, helping to ensure that your spell work aligns with ethical principles. Once a spell is cast, the work isn't finished. Monitor the results carefully, paying close attention to any unexpected outcomes. If negative or unintended consequences arise, take steps to mitigate them. This might involve counterspells, cleansing rituals, or simply a change in your approach. Flexibility and adaptability are crucial aspects of responsible spellcasting. Remember, your magical practice is a living, evolving process, and your ability to adapt to unforeseen circumstances is a testament to your understanding and maturity as a practitioner. Furthermore, the ethical considerations extend to the language you use in your spellcasting. The words you employ carry significant power, shaping the energy and intent of your spell. Avoid negative or accusatory language, focusing instead on positive affirmations and constructive statements. Words should always be carefully chosen, reflecting respect for the forces you are working with and the outcome you desire. Avoid using words that invoke hate, violence, or negativity. Instead, focus on statements that embody compassion, hope, and positive change. The concept of consent plays a vital role in ethical spellcasting. Never cast a spell on someone without their explicit consent, even with seemingly benevolent intentions. Interfering with the free will of another, regardless of the outcome, is a violation of their personal autonomy and carries significant ethical implications. This respect for personal sovereignty is fundamental to responsible magical practice, ensuring that your actions are aligned with the principles of harmony and balance. Ultimately, responsible spellcasting is about mindfulness, awareness, and a deep commitment to ethical principles. It's a practice that requires introspection, careful planning, and a constant willingness to adapt and refine your approach. It's a testament to your maturity as a practitioner. It's not about limiting your power, but about wielding it responsibly, consciously, and ethically, ensuring that your magical work contributes to the well-being of yourself and others, enriching your life and the lives of those around you. The journey of responsible spellcasting is a continuous learning process, a path of growth and refinement where awareness and ethical considerations are paramount. By embracing these principles, you ensure not only the success of your magical endeavors, but also your own spiritual growth and development as a Wiccan practitioner. The freedom to practice Wicca responsibly and ethically is a privilege that must be treated with respect, care, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The path of ethical spellcasting is a testament to your integrity as a practitioner and to the power of mindful magic to benefit all. The ethical considerations we've explored regarding spellcasting extend far beyond the individual act. They permeate every interaction within the Wiccan community and beyond. Respect for boundaries, particularly in the realm of personal autonomy and consent, is paramount. This isn't simply a matter of politeness. It's a fundamental ethical principle that underpins responsible magical practice and harmonious community living. Just as we strive to ensure our spells are ethically sound, we must apply the same conscientiousness to our relationships with others. Consider the act of divination. Offering readings to others, whether for a fee or not, requires a deep understanding of consent and ethical limitations. It's crucial to clarify the scope of the reading beforehand, ensuring the individual understands the process and what to expect. A reader should never pressure someone into a reading, nor should they overstep boundaries by providing information that hasn't been specifically requested or that could be interpreted as intrusive or harmful. The client retains complete autonomy. They are free to accept or reject the information offered and are not obligated to follow any advice given. Respecting the client's emotional state and privacy is crucial. The reading should be a supportive and empowering experience, not one of judgment or manipulation. The power dynamics inherent in any teaching situation also necessitate a strong focus on consent and boundaries. Whether you're mentoring a new initiate, leading a coven, or simply sharing your knowledge with a friend, a clear understanding of limits and mutual respect is paramount. Students should always feel empowered to ask questions, voice concerns, and set boundaries without fear of reprisal. Mentors should never exert undue influence, attempting to control a student's practice or imposing their personal beliefs. Open communication, mutual respect, and a shared understanding of ethical boundaries are crucial for fostering a supportive and healthy learning environment. Likewise, any offering of magical assistance must be approached with the same meticulous care and respect for the recipient's autonomy. The principles of consent extend beyond direct magical interaction. Consider the sharing of personal information and magical knowledge. Always respect an individual's privacy and avoid divulging confidential information without their explicit permission. Similarly, magical knowledge should be shared responsibly, recognizing that not all information is appropriate for all practitioners. Sharing powerful or potentially dangerous knowledge with someone unprepared or unequipped to handle it could have negative consequences, highlighting the importance of both responsible sharing and mindful reception. The digital realm presents additional challenges to maintaining ethical boundaries. Online Wiccan communities, forums, and social media groups provide opportunities for connection and learning, but they also create unique risks. Cyberbullying, harassment, and the unauthorized sharing of personal information are all significant concerns that require vigilance. Always adhere to community guidelines and reporting mechanisms to protect the safety and well-being of others. Likewise, be mindful of the information you share online, protecting both your own privacy and that of your community. Furthermore, the use of technology in magical practice introduces new ethical considerations. For example, using AI-generated images or text in rituals raises questions about authenticity, authorship, and the ethical treatment of the underlying data. It is crucial to remain mindful of the source of our tools and materials, and to strive for integrity in all of our practices, both online and offline. Beyond our immediate interactions, ethical considerations extend to our wider impact on the world. Wicca, with its emphasis on reverence for nature, necessitates a commitment to environmental responsibility. Our magical practices should reflect this commitment, ensuring that we utilize resources sustainably and minimize our environmental footprint. Supporting environmentally conscious organizations, participating in conservation efforts, and incorporating nature-based practices into our rituals can all contribute to a more harmonious relationship between our practice and the Threefold Law. Far from being a simplistic, what goes around comes around adage, provides a framework for understanding the ripple effects of our actions. Our ethical choices in all aspects of our lives have far-reaching consequences. A seemingly minor act of disrespect towards a fellow practitioner can create disharmony within the community, potentially impacting numerous individuals. Conversely, a compassionate and supportive action can have a positive ripple effect, nurturing growth and strengthening bonds within the community. Therefore, the pursuit of ethical Wiccan practice is a continual process of self-reflection, mindful interaction, and a deep commitment to personal growth. It requires constant vigilance, a willingness to learn and adapt, and a profound respect for the individuals and the world around us. It's not about adhering to a rigid set of rules, but about cultivating a compassionate and responsible approach to all aspects of our lives, recognizing the inherent interconnectedness of all beings and the far-reaching consequences of our choices. It's a lifelong journey of ethical self-cultivation, a path that leads to a richer and more meaningful Wiccan experience. Ethical considerations within Wicca are not simply a checklist of do's and don'ts. They are the very foundation upon which a thriving and meaningful spiritual practice is built. They are not static concepts, but evolve alongside our understanding and our interactions with the world. They encourage us to continually examine our motivations, our interactions, and the impact of our actions, both large and small. The ongoing pursuit of ethical responsibility is not merely about avoiding harm. It's about actively cultivating a life of compassion, respect, and harmony, creating a world where magic and ethics intertwine to create a vibrant and meaningful spiritual experience for ourselves and for all beings. The ethical journey of a Wiccan practitioner is a testament to their commitment to personal growth and their dedication to a path of spiritual development that benefits not only the individual, but also the wider world. This commitment to ethical practice enriches our understanding of the universe and our place within it, leading to a deeper and more meaningful engagement with our spiritual path. The reverence for nature is not merely a poetic flourish in Wicca. It's the very bedrock of our faith. The earth, in all her vibrant diversity, is seen as a divine entity, a sacred space deserving of our utmost respect and protection. This respect isn't simply a passive appreciation. It demands active participation in preserving and nurturing the natural world. Our ethical responsibility extends far beyond personal rituals and encompasses a holistic commitment to environmental stewardship. This commitment manifests in various ways. Consider the sourcing of our ritual tools and ingredients. Choosing sustainably harvested woods for wands or atoms, opting for organically grown herbs for spells, and favoring ethically sourced crystals all contribute to minimizing our environmental impact. It's not just about aesthetics. It's a conscious choice to align our practices with our values. The more we are in tune with the natural world and its rhythms, the more we understand the interconnectedness of all things. This awareness also extends to our consumption habits, supporting local farmers, reducing our reliance on single-use plastics, and choosing products from companies committed to environmental sustainability are all tangible ways to express our reverence for the earth. These actions aren't separate from our Wiccan practice. They are integral to it. They demonstrate a tangible commitment to living in harmony with the natural world, embodying the principles of respect and balance that are central to our faith. Furthermore, active participation in environmental conservation efforts is a powerful expression of our ethical commitment. Volunteering for local cleanup initiatives, supporting organizations dedicated to habitat preservation, or simply planting trees in our own gardens are all actions that translate our spiritual beliefs into concrete, positive change. These actions are not merely acts of charity. They are acts of worship, demonstrating our devotion to the divine within the natural world. The concept of leave no trace is particularly relevant to Wiccan practitioners who perform outdoor rituals. Careful consideration should be given to the location of our rituals, ensuring minimal disturbance to the natural environment. This includes removing all traces of our presence after the ritual is complete, leaving the site as we found it, or even better, improved. Such mindful engagement not only shows respect for the sanctity of the land, but also ensures the preservation of these sacred spaces for future generations. The Wheel of the Year provides a powerful framework for integrating environmental responsibility into our practice. Each Sabbat offers unique opportunities to connect with the natural world in a meaningful way. Samhain, for instance, can be a time for reflection on the cycle of life and death, acknowledging the natural processes of decay and regeneration. Yule, celebrating the winter solstice, invites us to appreciate the resilience of nature, even in the face of harsh conditions. Ostara, the spring equinox, marks a time of renewal and growth, prompting us to participate in the revitalization of the natural world. The integration of nature-based practices into our rituals further strengthens our connection with the earth. Incorporating natural elements like stones, water, and herbs into our workings not only enhances the ritual experience, but also fosters a deeper sense of respect and connection with the natural world. Grounding and centering meditations performed outdoors can further strengthen this bond, allowing us to draw upon the earth's energy for both personal growth and ritual enhancement. Furthermore, the use of divination methods rooted in nature, such as reading runes or using scrying with natural materials, can provide deeper insights into the natural rhythms and cycles of life. By tuning into these natural patterns, we can gain a better understanding of the interconnectedness of all things and our place within the greater ecosystem. This holistic approach deepens our understanding of ourselves as part of the Earth's systems. It's crucial to understand that environmental responsibility within Wicca isn't merely about avoiding harm. It's about actively nurturing and protecting the natural world. It's about fostering a symbiotic relationship where our practice is enriched by the earth and, in turn, we contribute to its well-being. Our magic, in essence, becomes an extension of this nurturing, a way to enhance the beauty and vitality of the natural world. The Wiccan Rede, often summarized as, "And it harm none, do what ye will," provides a moral compass for environmental stewardship. Before undertaking any ritual or action that might impact the environment, we should pause to consider its potential consequences. Are we using resources sustainably? Are we minimizing our footprint? Are we acting in a way that honors the inherent sanctity of nature? The Rede calls us to mindful action, urging us to consider the wider impact of our choices. The Threefold Law, often misinterpreted as a simplistic principle of karmic retribution, also offers crucial guidance in our environmental ethics. Every action we take, especially those affecting the natural world, has consequences that reverberate far beyond the immediate moment. The seemingly small act of littering, for example, contributes to larger environmental problems such as pollution and habitat destruction. Conversely, acts of environmental stewardship, such as participating in conservation efforts, can have a profound positive impact on the planet and its inhabitants. Beyond individual actions, collective responsibility plays a critical role in environmental stewardship within the Wiccan community. Coven members and solitary practitioners alike can collaborate on environmental projects, such as organizing community cleanups or creating community gardens. Sharing knowledge and resources related to sustainable practices can empower others to make conscious choices that contribute to environmental protection. This collective commitment demonstrates the power of shared intention in creating positive change. In conclusion, environmental ethics within Wicca is a profound commitment to living in harmony with the natural world. It is not a separate element of our practice, but is fundamentally intertwined with every aspect of our beliefs and actions. From the sourcing of ritual tools to our personal consumption habits, our engagement with the environment should reflect a deep respect and reverence for the earth. Through conscious choices and active participation in environmental stewardship, we can embody the principles of Wicca and contribute to a healthier, more sustainable planet for generations to come. Our ethical actions are a reflection of our spiritual path and our dedication to a harmonious relationship with all of creation. The earth is our temple, and its well-being is our sacred duty. The reverence for nature, as we've explored, forms the cornerstone of Wiccan ethics, but our responsibility extends beyond the natural world. It encompasses the entire tapestry of life, demanding a commitment to social justice and positive social change. The Wiccan path, inherently intertwined with the interconnectedness of all things, necessitates an ethical framework that acknowledges the dignity and worth of every individual, regardless of background or circumstance. This commitment isn't optional. It's integral to the very essence of our faith. Compassion, empathy, and the pursuit of equality are not merely lofty ideals. They are active principles that should guide our actions. The Wiccan Rede, "And it harm none, do what you will," serves as a powerful moral compass, guiding us toward actions that promote well-being and minimize suffering. This encompasses not only our personal actions, but also our engagement with the wider world and its injustices. Consider the issue of social inequality. The disparities in wealth, access to resources, and opportunities for personal growth create significant suffering and limit the potential of individuals and communities. As Wiccans, we are called to challenge these inequalities, advocating for policies and practices that promote fairness and equity. This may involve supporting organizations dedicated to social justice, volunteering our time and skills to those in need, or engaging in political activism to promote change at a systemic level. Our magic, in its broadest sense, can be a tool for empowerment, assisting those struggling against oppression and fostering hope in the face of adversity. This engagement with social justice extends to various realms. The fight against racism, sexism, homophobia, and all forms of discrimination requires active participation and unwavering commitment. It demands a willingness to challenge our own biases, engage in difficult conversations, and advocate for the inclusion and respect of all individuals. We must actively dismantle systems that perpetuate oppression and champion policies that promote equality and equity for all. Supporting marginalized communities is another crucial aspect of our ethical responsibility. This means actively listening to and amplifying the voices of those who have historically been silenced, advocating for their rights, and working to overcome the barriers that prevent them from achieving their full potential. This involves educating ourselves on the unique challenges faced by different communities and engaging in meaningful allyship. It is not enough to simply acknowledge injustice. We must act. Within our own Wiccan communities, we have a responsibility to foster inclusive and welcoming environments. This means creating spaces where individuals from diverse backgrounds feel safe, respected, and valued. We must actively challenge any forms of prejudice or discrimination that may arise within our groups, ensuring that our practices are accessible and welcoming to all. The coven or solitary practice should be a sanctuary of acceptance, not a place where exclusion or prejudice finds a foothold. The concept of the Threefold Law, often misinterpreted as a simple cause and effect relationship, also applies to our social actions. Every act of kindness, compassion, and advocacy creates ripples of positive energy, influencing those around us and contributing to a more just and equitable world. Conversely, acts of prejudice and discrimination have far-reaching negative consequences, perpetuating cycles of suffering and inequality. This understanding of interconnectedness should underscore our commitment to social responsibility. Our magical practices, too, can be infused with this intention. Spells of protection can be used to shield vulnerable communities from harm. Spells of healing can provide emotional and spiritual support to those suffering from oppression. Spells of empowerment can strengthen the resolve of those fighting for justice. However, it's crucial to remember the importance of ethical spellcasting, always ensuring that our intentions are aligned with the well-being of all involved, and that we are not interfering with the free will of others. Furthermore, the Sabbats offer opportunities for reflection and action. Each holiday aligns with specific themes that provide powerful frameworks for social justice work. Samhain, for example, can be a time for reflection on societal injustices and the cycles of oppression and liberation. Yule, with its symbolism of light overcoming darkness, can inspire us to confront the shadows of inequality and work toward a more just society. Ostara's themes of renewal and rebirth can motivate us to participate in initiatives that promote healing and transformation within our communities. This commitment to social justice isn't confined to grand gestures. It's woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Small acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion can create a ripple effect of positive change. Choosing to support businesses that adhere to ethical labor practices, speaking out against injustice when we witness it, and showing empathy and understanding toward others are all tangible expressions of our commitment. Beyond individual actions, collective efforts are vital. Within our Wiccan communities, we can collaborate on social justice projects, such as organizing food drives, supporting shelters for the homeless, or advocating for policies that protect marginalized communities. Sharing resources, knowledge, and support within our networks empowers us to create meaningful and sustainable change. The integration of social justice into our Wiccan practice is not an add-on. It's an intrinsic part of our spiritual path. It's a recognition that our spiritual growth is inextricably linked to the well-being of others and the pursuit of a more equitable and just world. By embracing compassion, practicing empathy, and actively engaging in positive social change, we embody the core principles of Wicca and contribute to a society that honors the dignity and worth of every individual. Our magic becomes a force for good, weaving threads of hope and healing into the fabric of our community and the world beyond. The path of a Wiccan is a path of service, a path where spiritual growth and social responsibility are intertwined, leading to a richer, more meaningful life for ourselves and for all beings. It's a commitment to creating a world where the Wiccan Rede is not merely a guiding principle, but a lived reality. The Wiccan path, while filled with wonder and magic, is not without its challenges. The interconnectedness that forms the very heart of our belief system also means that our actions, however seemingly small, ripple outwards, affecting others in ways we might not immediately foresee. This is where ethical considerations move beyond abstract principles and become deeply personal, demanding careful thought and considered action. Navigating ethical dilemmas is an essential aspect of responsible Wiccan practice, requiring a framework that blends our spiritual understanding with practical wisdom. One common dilemma stems from the interpretation and application of the Wiccan Rede, and it harm none, do what ye will. This seemingly straightforward maxim becomes complex when faced with situations where harm, or the potential for harm, is ambiguous. For instance, consider a situation where you're asked to cast a love spell for someone. On the surface, it appears benign. However, if the intended recipient is unaware or unwilling, the spell could be construed as manipulative, even harmful, regardless of your benevolent intentions. The crucial element here is consent. True Wiccan ethics demand that we respect the free will of others, never imposing our will or magic upon them without their informed and enthusiastic agreement. This principle extends beyond love spells to all forms of magical work. Before undertaking any magical act, ask yourself, is this action truly harmless? Is the recipient aware and consenting? If the answer to either question is no, then reconsider your actions. Another frequent ethical challenge arises in divination. While tarot, runes, and other divinatory tools can offer valuable insights and guidance, it's essential to approach them with responsibility and integrity. Avoid making definitive predictions, particularly those that could cause undue anxiety or fear. Instead, focus on offering potential interpretations, emphasizing the empowering aspect of self-determination and the ability to shape one's own destiny. Remember, divination is a tool for self-reflection and guidance, not a means of controlling or predicting the future with absolute certainty. Misrepresenting your abilities or presenting your interpretations as absolute truths undermines the ethical foundation of your practice. Honesty and transparency are paramount. Always be upfront about the limitations of divination and the probabilistic nature of its insights. Ethical dilemmas also emerge in situations involving the use of herbalism and natural remedies. While nature provides an abundance of healing properties, it's crucial to approach herbalism with caution and respect. Never recommend herbal remedies as a substitute for professional medical advice. Always emphasize the importance of consulting a qualified healthcare practitioner for any serious health concerns. Furthermore, ensure you're sourcing your herbs responsibly, considering the ecological impact of your choices and supporting sustainable harvesting practices. Respecting the environment and its resources is an integral part of Wiccan ethics. The handling of sacred objects and tools is another area that requires ethical consideration. Treat all tools and symbols with reverence, understanding that they hold a spiritual significance beyond their physical form. Avoid using sacred objects for frivolous purposes or allowing them to become neglected or damaged. Their care reflects the reverence we hold for the divine and the sacred energies they embody. Moreover, if you are using tools borrowed or received from others, you are bound by the trust they place in you. Handling them with respect and ensuring their safe return, if borrowed, is not simply an act of courtesy, but a manifestation of responsible Wiccan practice. Dealing with conflict within a coven or community requires careful attention to ethical principles. Communication, empathy, and a commitment to respectful dialogue are essential. Seek to understand different perspectives before making judgments. Prioritize mediation and reconciliation whenever possible, always remembering that the harmony of the group is paramount. If conflicts cannot be resolved through internal means, seek external guidance from trusted individuals within the broader Wiccan community, ensuring you adhere to established conflict resolution protocols within your specific tradition or coven. The sharing of Wiccan knowledge and practices also poses ethical considerations. While the sharing of information is often encouraged, there's a delicate balance between generosity and the protection of sacred knowledge. Be mindful of the context in which you share information, being cautious about divulging sensitive rituals or practices to those who are not fully initiated or who may not share your values and intentions. Finally, navigating ethical dilemmas often requires introspection and self-reflection. Engage in regular meditation and journaling, examining your motivations, beliefs, and the potential consequences of your actions. Seek guidance from experienced Wiccans, elders, or mentors within your community, drawing upon their wisdom and experience to navigate complex situations. Remember that ethical practice is a continuous process of learning, growth, and self-improvement. It's a journey, not a destination, requiring ongoing reflection and commitment to the principles of harm reduction, respect for others, and a commitment to living in harmony with the natural world and the broader community. By striving to live ethically, you not only uphold the integrity of your Wiccan practice, but also contribute to a more just and compassionate world. The challenges you face are not an indication of failure, but rather opportunities for growth and deepening your understanding of the intricate tapestry of Wiccan ethics. Embrace these challenges, learn from them, and continue to grow into the responsible and ethical practitioner you aspire to be. The path unfolds step by step, with each ethical decision strengthening your connection to the deeper spiritual principles at the heart of Wiccan belief. The journey of ethical growth is as vital to your Wiccan path as any spell or ritual, shaping you into a more compassionate and responsible member of the magical community. And